heard the Or album for the first time?
I read about the Or record before I heard it for a few years, probably. Like, probably some fanzine like Forced Exposure talking about it or something. And it was reissued on CD in the early 90s. And I picked it up. I was a huge Moby Grape fan already. So I picked it up and loved it. It was also kind of an easy record in a weird way to find on vinyl because it wasn't in the record price guide at the time, and this is before the internet. I had an original copy of the album as well. And, I loved it. It was just not what I expected it to be. It's a very singular work, very odd.
There's a little bit of our friends, Grateful Dead, slipping in there. There's some 13th-floor elevators. It's not all the same song, that's for sure.
No, and, because he played every instrument on the record himself.
Like Prince.
Yeah, like a mentally ill Prince.
Because Prince was not mentally ill.
Well, he might have been, I don't know.
You know how artists are, Steve.
I do.
Also, Paul McCartney did Coming Up, wasn't he? Or maybe he didn't play all the instruments in the video he did.
The first solo McCartney record, he played all the instruments on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Shout out to Paul, man. What instrument, if you could be really good at it, would you dig?
I would like to be a better bass player. Yeah. Drums. I played drums on one song, on one record, once, and I vowed I would never touch drumsticks again. I'm not the guy to do it.
I don't know if I introduced you to our co-host, the quiet half of the act. This is Peter Rose, and Peter Rose is wondering if you have any flowers in particular that bring you joy or that you like to be around.
I have a bunch of roses in my yard, and my favorite roses are actually orange ones.
Peter doesn't mind.
Yeah, that would be one of my favorites.
Do you play music with not the once-in-a-while opportunity of playing an Or album? Where do you play, or who do you play with? At home or with the kids?
My main band that I'm in is Mudhoney, and I've been in that for 36 years now.
Well,
it doesn't sound right.
No, it does sound right. You've stuck around because sometimes artists throw themselves into their art and then they're not around to keep on. What's the meanest thing a cat's ever done to you?
Oh, I have a good one. My girlfriend and I rescued a cat last August, and then she had to move like a month after, or a couple months after we rescued the cat. And the cat was almost feral. Like, it had been wild for a while, and it's a big cat, and like North American long hair, like a big old thing, big old puffball. And he freaked out in the new place and jumped on the back of my head and tore my scalp up. Like, I should have gotten stitches on a couple of them. It was bad. Like, there was a lot of blood involved. He felt bad later, I think. I'd like to think he felt bad about it, but it was a violent attack.
Creatures hurt people.
Exactly. He got me good. All four paws up on the back of my head.
You were cat scratch fever. You were wearing the cat wig.
I definitely had cat scratch fever because I had just scabs all over my scalp for weeks.
Sometimes the people that make great music are not people you would want as your father or your babysitter. How do you remove the Picasso from the painting, the Michael Jackson from the song?
It's hard for me with musicians. If they're just like rotten people, then I'm not going to listen to their music.
Yeah. So your collection of music has. I can't listen to Rod Stewart anymore. I mean,
what did he do?
Rick James, Chuck Berry. I mean,
Yeah. There's some questionable Chuck Berry stuff for sure.
So, but, we can always edit that because you might work with Chuck someday. That would be cool.
Chuck Berry is still alive?
But now with the Oculus and the AI and stuff?
Yeah, so then that would remove the weirdness.
That would?
Yeah.
So would you play a virtual show, an AI show with Chuck and some of the other difficult emotionally?
With Chuck, they have to be dead first to do the AI thing for me. If they're already dead, it's like, all right. Well, I think
that's a good bar.
Yeah, that's my bar. They have to be dead.
I think that's a great bar.